my movement, I never really said I was abstract. I definitely think I was original. I always thought that. I thought I was innovative. I had my inspirations, and it was just movement. But with the years, that movement matured, and to me, it's just breaking.
Salute to the subscribers, those that live beyond the Cypher. I am your host, Illskillz. This is Beyond the Cypher, the podcast that shows humanity in the superhuman. If you're new to the channel, please consider hitting the like and subscribe buttons. They cost you nothing. Today, for episode 16, Elements of Originality, we have a Cali legend. He's a member of one of the most influential crews to come out of the West Coast in the 90s. Internationally known, U.S. accepted, and locally respected. And you're not trying to match him at the after party. Stuntman of the Style Elements crew. What up, Stunts? How you doing, my man?
Peace, brother. How you living? I'm amazing. I'm having a good time out here. You know how it is.
Word, man. So, like you were telling me off camera, man, you in Phoenix right now, handling some crew business, man. I over at Thru, I'm seeing Quasimodo cutouts in the background. You guys had the De La Soul cutout in the background, man. What are y'all doing over there?
You know, we got to keep it 100. Fierce Styles is hip hop. We stay hip hop, and it's one of the coolest places in town right now. So we're able to meet up here to take care of some business and you know, on a little project we're working on.
No doubt, man. And I know that, you know, now you're down with Furious Styles, but I don't want to start there because that's more like the present time. I want to go back to the beginning when you first came into hip hop. What is the story about how you first got onto the culture and kind of started to become a part of the culture?
Well, when I started, I didn't realize that I was starting because I didn't really know what hip hop was. I wasn't aware of the culture as a whole. I had seen breaking in the 80s. I remember trying to emulate it. I remember seeing, you know, people in my neighborhood. My uncle was even breaking in Mexico. Like, I remember that, but it wasn't, you know, ingrained in me. So the journey of hip hop started for me in summer of 1988. I started tagging in my local in my block. Some cats asked me if I want to start writing. So I started tagging in 88 with some cats in my block, got initiated and became part of a crew. Now, one of the crew members from that crew, from my tagging crew, started dancing. And in early 93, he asked me if I wanted to start dancing with him. And that's how my dancing got started. So it spawned from writing and then led into dancing. And at one point I was doing them both, like dedicated to both of them equally. And then the tagging started going down and the dance started going up and it just took over. I mean, I still like to write, but it's nowhere near what it was in the early 90s.
No doubt. Now, I was told that you actually started out just straight up hip hop dancing, not necessarily breaking. Is that true? Because I don't know if it's true or not, but based on your top rock, I would lean towards that could be true.
I was influenced, like as far as the early dancers that were in my face, were a lot of like what we call tribal dancers in LA, freestyle dancers, hip hop dancers. So they influenced me heavy in person. I had my Beat Street influence, obviously, and then later met some of the breakers from that. But early on, it was more, I'm going to freestyle and throw in what breaking moves I thought I had or knew or had learned from pretty much Beat Street. So you would see cats in the Cypher at the time freestyle dancing, and out of nowhere throw like one flare right back into freestyle dancing. Maybe a headspin 90. So it wasn't that they were breakers. It was just dancers that knew breaking moves. And I was influenced by them. So my crew being just like hardcore dancers of that particular time, we were influenced by, you know, all styles. If you talk to a lot of cats from that era, they talk about sharing ciphers with just dancers, period. There was no hop-in circle, there was no lock-in circle, there was no break-in circle. There was just ciphers, and all the dancers were in that. So it was a lot of a mesh. But the social dances of that time obviously influenced my movement, and the dancers I saw in person influenced my movement within the breaking that I was learning, which is very limited to pretty much beat street.
Right. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, but in my mind, when you're describing the style, I'm seeing Def Comedy Jam at the end. Remember when the dancers used to come on stage and they look like the dudes who probably was breaking, but then when breaking went underground, they just kept dancing and doing the new styles and mixing in like, oh, I remember I used to do this when I break, so bang, I'm gonna throw that freeze out there or that, like you said, that flare out there or something like that. Would I be correct in that assumption?
Yeah, oh, absolutely. The best visual reference, if you ever seen a video called Wreck and Shop with Mop Tops, Elite Force.
Okay.
What you see and what you hear is what you get, you know? Rude, boy. What's up? How y'all doing? I'm Rubber Band. You know, this is the Get Hot show. You know, I'm at Church Ave on Flatbush in Albany. You know what I'm saying? This is where the guests in the Polo live at. My brother Prince, my man Marquess, you know what I'm saying? The whole Low Live, Steam Team and everything is out here. What we're here to talk about the bad motherfuckers in Brooklyn that's the best dancers in the world. That's me, my brother Prince, Stretch, Khalif, Henry, the whole Mop Top crew. You know what I'm saying?
So like that, but very, you know, West Coast had a little spin on it. So there's a documentary out there called Sons of James Brown. SUNS.
What made the golden era so special when you had the rapper, the dancer, and the DJ.
That era, man, it was just so tight knit, you know what I'm saying? You had your dancers, they were dancing to your lyrics. You had the DJ scratching, bringing the screw tight feel to your music, you know what I'm saying? Which was dynamic to the crowd.
The dance, that blew my mind together. You know what I'm saying? Most people would be like walking around, but nobody really wanted to put the dancing and the rapping together. So I put those two things together.
It was just a beautiful thing, man. Just young, just dancing, dancing, messing with the chicks right after. It was like, and then you had to know how to snap.
Sons of James, and that has clips of a lot of the cats that I was going and seeing in the ciphers then.
No doubt. And so you're saying that your style kind of developed from the party and just ciphering with dancers at large versus any kind of specific dancer. What about them signature moves, man? Because you have some very distinct signature moves. So two-part question, like what is your favorite signature move? And then the move that you do where you kind of like, you know, like I think you scoot on your back and then you scoot on your chest. You know, like when you go across the floor, like din. Where does that come from, man? I have to know.
A lot of my weirder, I guess, or unorthodox signature moves at the time came from messing around at practice, came from being stupid, came from little influences that were around me, from cartoons to the toys I collected, to my friends making mistakes, to me making mistakes. But that particular combination you're talking about, kind of, I remember practicing at Crumb's house in Modesto, and this is probably like 96, and just really acting stupid in his garage and feeling something and enjoying it, and then just kind of emulating what I was doing, you know, kind of almost immediately, and just trying to fine tune whatever it was. But that combination in particular is, it's called, when I run across on my side, it's called Taco Bell, and then when I'm on my chest, it's called Horizon.
No doubt, man. Word. So
I mean, at the time we didn't think about labeling it, and then I remember hearing the term abstract. The funny thing about that word is that
for more quality content from Beyond the Cypher with Illskillz, don't forget to press the like and subscribe buttons. Let us know how we're doing down in the comment section, and to make sure you don't miss anything from the channel, smash that notification bell. We appreciate the love and support. Peace. Until the next episode.